Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today I wanted to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for like the last 2 days. But before we jump into the video, I just want to really thank you guys for how the last 2 videos have performed. And also, not only that, I just want to thank you guys for all the positive feedback I've gotten back from you guys. It's been really flattering, and it puts a smile on my face to know that you guys enjoy what I'm putting out. So yeah, really thank you for that. If you have any suggestions about ideas I should do, let me know in the comments down below and I'll get to it. I just want to make sure you guys know how much I appreciate you guys. And let's see if we can keep growing this channel, so make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's jump into this video. So 3 days ago, ESPN released its top 25 players under 25. And for you guys that don't know what that is, annually, every year, ESPN comes out with a list, and they make a list about the top 25 players they think have the best potential, and they all have to be under 25. And so I read the list, and I didn't agree with a lot of things on there, and I wanted to make a video about that. But making a video about that, I want you guys to understand that their list is not based on who is better right now. It's based on potential. So it's best under 25 because it's projecting their future, how good they're going to be in the future. So this doesn't necessarily mean who's better right now, but it's just who's going to be good in the future, hence why it's under 25, because that's a young age. But yeah, they made that list, and I have a few things with it that I don't like. I'm not going to talk about the whole entire list. I'm just going to talk about the top 25 because those guys are the ones that matter the most, I think. And so I'm going to let you guys know whether I believe the player is supposed to be where they are listed, and if not, I'll let you know why and why not. So as it sits currently, the list goes Luka, Zion, LaMelo, Donovan Mitchell, Jayson Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, Ben Simmons, Devin Booker, Bam Adebayo, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Looking at the top of that list, Luka Doncic, of course I agree with them. I think Luka should be at the top of that list. He has on multiple occasions showed that he has immense potential. He has showed that he even has the potential to be the face of the league in the future. He basically reminds me of a young LeBron, with all the records that he broke when he was under 20 or when he was 20, taking his team to the playoffs, single-handedly carrying the team, rejuvenating the Dallas Mavericks franchise, and just being able to do that at such a young age. I mean, the guy was in contention for MVP his second year in the league, compared to the second closest guy that was taking in that same year, who was Trae Young. Trae Young was nowhere near MVP consideration, but Luka kind of separated himself from that pack. And right off the bat, second year, sophomore year, he had consideration for MVP. And that just goes to show you the kind of player he is and how talented he is and his potential and his stardom. I agree. So I agree with them that he should be at the top of that list. But right when we move down to number 2 and we have Zion, that's where I have a problem. Although I don't have a problem with Zion in particular, I have a problem that he's listed above LaMelo Ball. And here's why. I don't think LaMelo Ball should be underneath Zion in terms of potential, mainly because of the way Zion plays and his weight, right? So Zion weighs 284 pounds, right? And his playing style is playing above the rim. What that means is basically he's a high-flying player. He's jumping up and down a lot. He's always looking for the next dunk, right? What that does is it forces him to play with a lot of weight and torque on his knees. And what that's gonna do over a long career, over a long period of time, is it's gonna make him injury prone, right? He's gonna be injury prone because he's putting so much weight on his knees and so much torque on his knees that he's bound to have some sort of injury, right? And if you're gonna be injury prone and if you're gonna be injured, that's gonna impede on your ability to be one of the best in the league, to be, a star player in the league. Now, I don't doubt that Zion Williamson doesn't have stardom potential. I think Zion could be the face of the league if he plays his cards right. If he loses some weight, and he comes down to a more manageable playing weight, I think he has the potential to be number 1 on that list, to be the face of that league, to basically be kind of like a LeBron, what LeBron is right now. That one guy that, everybody talks about. I think Zion really has that, and mainly due because of, just the kind of player he is and just the kind of physique, the kind of stardom power potential he has. The name, the size, how he looks. He basically has the same potential as becoming like LeBron, right? Like when you say LeBron, you know who you mean. When you say Zion, you know who you mean. You know what I mean? And I actually made a video about that a few days ago, so you can go check it out up here. And yeah, but with LaMelo, right? LaMelo too, I think, has the potential to be one of the best stars in the league, a premier star in the league. I don't think he has the potential to be the face of the league, but he has the potential to be a premier star in the league. Kind of how like LeBron's like the face of the league right now, but Kevin Durant's really, really good, and Kevin Durant's been really good for years. That's how I kind of see Zion and LaMelo, and I would just put LaMelo above Zion just because of that injury-prone thing, just because of his playing weight and his playing style. But yeah, I would right now, I'd have LaMelo and then Zion. And then as we go down the list a little bit more, we have Donovan Mitchell and Jayson Tatum. I'd switch those two just because I'd much rather take a 6'8" small forward, a 6'8" player, instead of a 6'1" guard, right? And although Donovan Mitchell is really good right now, I like Jayson Tatum, because he's 1 year young, right? 2, he's way taller, and what that entails is on a defensive end, not only does he give me scoring when he's on an offensive end, he's more valuable to me on defense. He's lengthier, he is taller, he can get to shots that Donovan Mitchell can't get to, blocking shots. And to me, I'd rather have that because I'm getting a more complete player, right? Like right now, definitely I'd say Donovan Mitchell has been better than Jayson Tatum. He averages more points than Jayson Tatum. I think he averages 22 points or 23 points compared to Jayson Tatum's 18 points. This is career-wise, not this season. This is career-wise. And right now, Donovan Mitchell's definitely better than Jayson Tatum, but I think in the long run, I'd rather have Jayson Tatum. I think his ceiling is higher than Donovan Mitchell's ceiling, so that's how I'd say that. And so I'd have those two guys switch. I'd have Jayson Tatum above Donovan Mitchell, and then Donovan Mitchell right on. And so that's what I think about that. And then the last issue I have with that list is the Ben Simmons and Devin Booker listing. Now, I don't even know who wrote this list. I don't know what intern made this list, but this was total and utter blasphemy to put Ben Simmons above Devin Booker. This is insane, and here are some of my reasoning why. So, we would all agree that post Stephen Curry, the league has become a shooter's league. You are more incentivized, and you're gonna last longer in the league. You're more valued if you can shoot the ball. If you can shoot 3 ball, you are way more valuable than if you cannot. I mean, Steph Curry made traditional big men, traditional centers obsolete. The game required all big men now to shoot. If you're a big man and you cannot shoot, you might as well be on a bench, right? Because what that does is, if you're not able to shoot, right, you become a liability, right? Because the opposing team always knows where your guy is gonna be. It's easier for them to defend you. As opposed to if you're a big man, right, you can do all the traditional things of a big man, right? But you can also shoot, right? So we can agree that Steph Curry kind of made traditional big man obsolete because they couldn't shoot. Now, here's the thing. Ben Simmons cannot shoot, right? It has become a shooter's league, and Ben Simmons cannot lead. So riddle me how it's a shooter's league and someone who can't shoot has potential to be great in the future. We know where the league is going. The league is going more and more towards taking 3-point shots. If you look at the numbers over the past years, teams are shooting more threes, teams are making more threes, and that's just where the league is going, right? Ben Simmons, you're gonna laugh at this stat. You're literally gonna laugh at this stat. Ben Simmons has been in the league since 2016. He's been in the league for 5 whole years, right? I want you to guess how many threes Ben Simmons has made in that span of 5 years. I'll give you some time to think about that. Okay. Ben Simmons has made 5 threes in a span of 5 years. He averages 1 3 per year. Tell me how you're supposed to be the future of the league if you cannot do one of the essential things needed to be a good basketball player. Who ever heard of a good basketball player that can't shoot? It's like being a lawyer without knowing how to read. It's literally in the job. You have to have this to have this job. Like, that's what you do. You have to know how to shoot the ball, right? And it would be one thing if Ben Simmons was some sort of sophomore or a freshman, but Ben Simmons has been in the league for 5 years and he's had ample time to try and fix his game, to try and add three-point shooting to his repertoire and add that to his game, right? He's had ample time to do that. Cannot do it. He cannot do it, and it's been 5 years. We know the kind of player he is. There's no way, right? There's no way he's just gonna magically change, right? It's the same thing with Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook has always struggled with shooting the three ball, and he's not just gonna magically flip it and switch and get how to shoot. It's either you do it, it's either you know, or you just don't. And Ben Simmons does not know, as opposed to Devin Booker. Devin Booker is a 35% three-point shooter throughout his whole career, right? Devin Booker is an asset in the playoffs to his team, right? As opposed to Ben Simmons, who becomes a liability, who literally became a liability when playing against Toronto when they got bounced out that year. Do you guys remember that shot where Kawhi Leonard shot a shot and it bounced on a rim and it bounced in? Well, what if I told you that one of the reasons why Philadelphia went home that year was because Ben Simmons was inadequate in shooting the three. He was marginalized, because if we know you cannot shoot the three, we know where you're going to be able to score. And if we know where you're going to be able to score, we can prepare for that, right? So we kind of marginalize you and we kind of take a huge chunk of your game. He became a liability to his team because he was unable to shoot the three-point shot. Devin Booker can shoot the three. Devin Booker can finish at the rim. Devin Booker has a mid-range shot. In a league that's becoming more and more of a shooter's league, who would you rather have? A guy who can shoot the three, who becomes an asset instead of a liability to his team, or someone who's made 5 NBA three-point shots in this span of 5 years? It makes no sense to me. So I don't know which intern made this list. I don't know which intern thought maybe this was we could check off on this, but I'm not calling for their job, but I'm also not calling for their job. So you can read between the lines there. So that's my issue with this ESPN best under 25 list. So I just decided to make the top 10 guys. So now the list for me goes as follows: Luka, LaMelo, Zion, Jayson Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, Devin Booker, Ben Simmons, Bam Adebayo, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's my list. Let me know what you guys think of this list. Let me know if you guys disagree with this list. Let me know what you guys think the list should be actually. In the comments down below, list off the guys in the order you think are the best guys that are under 25 in the league right now and have the best potential to be one of the best in the league in the future, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys and can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Take care.